The truth has finally leaked, as a former New York Yankee has sounded off on the team and his time there, and all the issues that led to his struggles and eventually getting traded off the Yankees, albeit this situation found itself working out for the best for the Yankees, who have now put themselves in a much better situation to win baseball games. And we're going to break all of this down, discuss everything that happened and why the Yankees have found themselves better off and what we're going to be looking at for the future as well. And guys, there's a lot to go over, but real quick, if you are part of that 74% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily New York Yankees updates from myself and Alex. We got a bunch of good videos coming out. We're having a bunch of fun, and you do not want to miss a single one of the latest New York Yankees updates, so make sure to have those post notifications on as well. But let's jump into the video. There is a lot to go over on the Yankees. It's no secret that a lot of people have problems with Aaron Boone and the Yankees entirely. I mean, Clint Frazier has been out there talking about the Yankees a bunch now that he's not really playing baseball anymore, and has talked about the issues the Yankees have that do sound like managerial issues. This is not the first time we've heard the Yankees have managerial issues with Aaron Boone, and it's not the first time that we've heard of issues with general manager Brian Cashman as well. We've heard of problems about these guys, and now we've seen this from someone who was just on the New York Yankees. As former Yankees, really utility infielder and pinch runner, Oswald Peraza has spoken out on his time with the Yankees. Peraza came into the New York Yankees as a very hyped up prospect with a sky-high ceiling, and I've gone on record on this channel. I really believed in Peraza a ton. Before the season started, I wanted him to be the starting third baseman for the Yankees, believing that Peraza did have the most potential of really anyone there, and I thought Peraza had some serious potential with the Yankees. I always believed in him up until the end. I thought he'd be able to figure it out at the MLB level, but it hit a point where it felt like he was just not going to be able to hit a ball, and then eventually he got traded off to the Los Angeles Angels in exchange for an 18-year-old Dominican prospect. And honestly, at the time, it even felt like a good trade, especially you think back, and I mean, once upon a time, you could have gotten something insane for this man because the way he was hyped up. However, Peraza did not hit his ceiling with the Yankees, and that is something that he has partially blamed the Yankees for. And diving into that and breaking everything down, Peraza's comments basically had him saying that when it comes to wearing the Yankee uniform, it's a lot of pressure, but it's also a lot of responsibility. I was trying to do my best to not let that weigh on me because all I could do is play baseball. And yeah, carrying that uniform, it does have a weight to it, but I know the type of ball player that I am. It all comes down to opportunity. I was accustomed to playing every day in the minors. That helped me, seeing the pitchers a whole lot more, seeing their stuff. Even if I had a bad day, I had the confidence that I would play the next day. And that part helped me work on what I needed to work on. Right now, I'm not adapted to that. I'm not accustomed to that. But I know it's something I've got to learn because I know if I were to have the opportunity to play every day, I can look at these guys better because they're really good pitchers, and it helps me make the adjustments I need. Now, that was one thing with Peraza. He never was an everyday player for the Yankees, and he made it very clear that he would have rather play for the Yankees than play in an everyday role in the minors. He eventually got that wish because he was out of minor league options, and if he didn't make the Yankees, he would have effectively been cut from the team. So with that, the Yankees took him on, and they used him really not that much, and honestly, it became one of those situations that just felt like the Yankees completely wasted some talent here with Oswald Peraza, and at the very least wasted an opportunity to trade the man. Peraza had a batting average of a 152 with 24 hits, 3 home runs, and 13 RBIs with the Yankees this season in the 71 games that he played. He had 24 hits in that span. His batting average was terrible at that 152. His slugging percentage at 241 was awful, and the OPS was absolutely abysmal at a 452. Now, in fairness to Peraza, between him, Oswaldo Cabrera, and DJ LeMahieu, he was by far the best fielder. That is not even up for debate. When it came to who could play third base the best, Oswald Peraza was far and away the best on it. I mean, LeMahieu couldn't throw the ball. He couldn't throw that far. He had to be moved to second and then to move Jazz to third, and LeMahieu could not cover that ground, given that's why DJ LeMahieu isn't in the MLB anymore. But when it comes down to it, we also saw Oswaldo Cabrera, before going down with the injury, he committed a lot of errors. He was really just finding his way at third base, and he wasn't perfect. Oswald Peraza was the only guy who it felt like seriously did have an actually good situation going for him in that third base spot when it came to fielding. If Peraza could have even hit at a modest level, he would have been a very viable ninth man because his great ability to field the ball. However, that didn't happen, and it led to the Yankees moving on and trading him to the Los Angeles Angels. Now, with the Angels, he has barely gotten any playing time. He has only appeared in 8 games. He's got a 182 batting average with 2 hits, for the Angels thus far. His OPS is a 364, the slugging percentage is a 182, and the on-base percentage is a 182 as well. And the batting average is also, you guessed it, a 182. Now, this is one of those situations he's barely played, so these numbers you take with a grain of salt. But at the same time, from what he did with the Yankees, this seems about apropos. And that's the fear, is that Peraza won't be able to figure out how to hit in the major league level after being seen as a guy who's going to be an elite fielder who could play third base, second base, or really the natural position that he came up as, a shortstop. He could do it all. He was an excellent base runner. He was able to hit the ball. He had some pop in the bat. But ever since he got to the major leagues, he hasn't been able to show at all that bat whatsoever. And there were moments where you're like, yeah, he can definitely hit with a bit of power, but he just could not hit. He couldn't read pitches. He was making bad swings. He was just not able to control the batter's box at all. And it led to the Yankees ultimately deciding, well, it's either him or we keep Jazz at third and DJ at second, and that's not working. We're going to have to make some changes. So what the Yankees do? Enter Ryan McMahon. McMahon came in for the Yankees as another option, and honestly, things did start to work out better for the New York Yankees. Peraza spoke about the whole experience as well, and Sam Bloom from The Athletic did mention in the same article that Peraza primarily served as a defensive replacement for the Yankees with occasional starting opportunities. From May 20th to May 30th, he started all but one game, but was just 3 for 25 with 8 strikeouts. The same could be said for July 3rd to 13th, when he went just 3 for 27 with 9 strikeouts. He's barely gotten a shot with the Angels, starting just one game and taking only 8 plate appearances. Angels interim manager Ray Montgomery doesn't have a spot to put him at the moment, with a largely solidified infield. However, that doesn't mean that Peraza is only here as a window dressing. They still do believe in him. He's very young. Montgomery said as much, but at the same time, it's a similar situation that he was in prior. Well, the Yankees, they get a veteran third baseman who there was fear about his contact hitting the ball just because he was great in Coors Field when he was playing for the Rockies, but everywhere else his numbers sank. But so far with the Yankees, we've seen some decent stuff from McMahon. And obviously Peraza, he was a cheap option, but he wasn't a good option. He wasn't worth keeping around. He doesn't have arbitration until 2027. Meanwhile, the Yankees, who have McMahon on a contract for not the longest period of time, but they do have him under a bit of control, so third base isn't as much of a pressing need as it was a couple months back. McMahon's got a 250 batting average with the Yankees, with 16 hits, a home run, and 8 RBIs with 8 runs scored in his 21 games that he's appeared in. And he's been good. I mean, his OPS is a 723, which is not average. It's a little bit below average, but things are looking fine, and especially when you consider how elite of a fielder that Ryan McMahon is. It's honestly, all of this is not bad, and it's nothing to sneeze at, and I think Yankee fans should be pretty pleased with the way that things have kind of turned up and turned out for the team. They also brought in Jose Caballero, who has been, I almost said Caballero. I almost did it, guys. Nope, Caballero, who really more than anything replaces Oswald Peraza as that pinch running speed threat. He gives you that. He's a great fielder, and he actually hits with a 233 batting average on the season as well, so he can come in and be a solid hitter. The 648 OPS for a great fielder and pinch runner, honestly, I'm not going to complain about at all. Caballero also hit a home run when the Yankees had the 9 home run game against his former team, the Rays. In case you guys didn't know he was on the Rays, he actually has a hat for the Rays on in this photo. But I don't know why I said that. I thought that joke was going to be a bit more funny sarcasm. It wasn't. It sucked. But it really does, like, when you look at Caballero, he's going to do everything that Peraza did, except better, and the Yankees covered that base. They still do now have an elite pinch runner. They do have a speed threat who can step in on the bags and can also actually play, and you could stick him at shortstop, at second base, at third base for a night if you want to give one of your guys off, whether it's Jazz, Volpe, or McMahon. So I think that adds a little bit extra to him and to the Yankees, and they upgraded this situation a lot when it comes to third base and just platoon at the deadline, and we should be happy about that, if nothing else. Also, the Yankees are winning games right now, so we should be excited about that. Guys, what do you think about the whole Peraza situation? Did you believe in Oswald Peraza? Are you surprised with this outcome? Are you surprised by his comments? Do you blame the Yankees for screwing him up? I definitely do, a lot. It's also not all in the Yankees. If you can't hit the ball, you can't hit the ball. You got to go out there. I mean, Tom Brady said it best. He was a 6th round pick, and he was like, I know it's not the same sport, but honestly, it's still kind of, it still fits. It transcends through sports. You don't know if you're ever going to get another opportunity, so when you get one, you have to perform because your whole career's on the line, and Peraza didn't, so there's only so much you can blame the Yankees for, and yes, I think they stunted his growth really, really badly with bringing in LeMahieu and all that, and not letting him try to work it out, but when he had his opportunities, he didn't seize them, and you got to seize the moment, and all that stuff. You know how it goes. I made a song on it. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.